jury, welcome. Thank you for being with us and gracing us with your time. And remember, this is a two-way conversation. So of course we have our esteemed jury with us, and this is all about you leaning in. This is the spirit of Wolofonia. It's all about community. When you listen to these startup pitches, please lend an ear, see how you might be able to help them succeed. That's what the spirit of Wolofonia is all about. So my co-host Jess, who's in the other room, and I have seen thousands of pitches. We're pitch and growth coaches. And yeah, we always say, help, help, help. What do you need to do to get the help that you need? So we have 10 amazing startups at this side waiting to go on. Jury, on your Excel sheets, you have 5 judging criteria. So if you can reference those, that would be amazing. You have until the end of today to vote, so you can take your time. If you've got any technical issues with getting on your sheet, please raise your hand. I'm sure someone from the tech team can come and help you out, but it should be pretty much smooth sailing. Are you ready for the startup pitches? Yeah? Who was here this morning for the first kickoff? A few of you. Do you remember the groundswell? All right, can I get a groundswell? Anyone who doesn't know? It's not rocket science. All right. Can I get a drum roll? Tap, tap, tap on, yeah. Technique. And can I get a rapture? Woo! Brilliant, amazing. Let's kick off then. Right, to start with, we have our first startup, 2 a.m. Now, all of you know what it's like to be swamped with emails. My goodness, yeah, emails, messages galore. Any festival events promoters here? No? Well, yes, great. Well, you know how many thousands, it's festival season, thousands of emails, absolute nightmare. Well, this is what 2 a.m. are doing. They're helping festivals and promoters tackle this problem head on. To tell you more, please welcome to the stage, Marine Rivollet.
Thanks, Suda. So, what is the biggest irritation for an event organizer has to deal with while running their show? Communication overloads. Since we're in Liège, do you have an idea? I'm sure you all know Les Ardentes Festival, but do you have an idea of like how many emails Les Ardentes Festival received last month? 18,000. Which is like 700 emails a day you have to answer, because if you don't, then you may hurt sales or damaging your reputation. And true story, we all know festivals that ended up in a shitstorm because they did not answer one email out of these 700. You think it's rude? Yeah. And this is when everything is going well, because like, think about, imagine Rage Against the Machine cancel the show 2 weeks before the event, before Rock en Scène, that it happened in 2023. Yeah, you don't want to think about that. So, with Rock en Scène, Les Ardentes, and all the festivals across Europe, we've been working on developing the first AI agent platform for live that answer instantly to thousands of requests, keep an eye on safety concern, anticipate operations. And finally, our flagship agent, Lenny, the first customer support AI agents, makes possible to interact with millions of customers. This is basic B2A concept, where you got the organization, the business, speaking to the agent that is speaking with the whole audience, your whole customer. So the only thing you have to do, basically, is to pick with that guy, Lenny, and he's handling the rest. And actually, Lenny is doing well with the industry, you know, speaking with many festivals, but also major venues like Stade de France, Rock Arena, Radio France, actually it's not only radio, AEG, Caramba, Spectacle, Bleu Citron, Super. And Lenny came to me, you know, Marine? Yeah, Lenny. You know, actually, I think I can do that not only for music, but also for museum, theater, humor. Really, Lenny? You're crazy, man. So in less than 3 months, he has already generated more than 30K of annual revenue, a pipeline of 450K for only 2025, and did not sleep since then. So we did not. So today, to scale and scale fast, and because we've been gathering many data and raising interest from different promoters, so we need an additional 50K tickets to close that round and to turn all those leads into paying clients. And it's not all about customer support. We are already thinking beyond that, you know, because with all the data we've been gathering, then imagine another agent, Vera, that could actually give you like strategic insight and tell you how to deal with. And then by combining both, you can actually have also gross sales. So it's not only about automation, it is a foundation for data-driven growth for live entertainment.
Thank you. Give it up for Marine. Wonderful. Well done. Can I just swap the mic?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, you have 2 minutes now for Q&A.
Thank you.
So, anyone from the jury? Any questions? And we have a microphone here.
Hi there, I'm Andy from the Netherlands. Great product.
Thank you.
My question is, and we are an AI investor, I see a lot of AI prospects. How easy is this to copy, and how fast have you to go into the market to get a lock-in with your clients?
Yes, thanks for this question, actually. So we've been training Lenny on event context-specific data, and with all the other festivals and promoters we start working with, it's like very specific kind of data, and also like we are connecting to ticketing API event platform in order like to be like very, very sticky to this industry. And also it brings me to another point. So this is a multi-agent system, so you know it's like different kind of agent like interacting with each other, and these are still large language model, but we are working on small language model in order to be more sustainable as well. So that is very important for us, and by specifically focusing on one kind of industry, then you can reach that. Yes.
Okay, we have 45 seconds. One quick question. Anyone? Anyone in the... Yeah.
Can we have a word on the team?
Yes, definitely. Actually, the other part of the team is right here, Chloe, because I never go without her. So she's the musician, she's the CTO, and basically, so she's been working in music AI and in machine learning for the past 15 years. And she worked with IRCAM Amplify, IRCAM, Sony CSL. And I'm the business guy, so I've been working in the music industry for the past 10 years for different kind of festivals and labels. And so by combining us two, yeah, 2 a.m.
Thank you very much, Maureen. Give it up. Next up, let me ask how many of you have ever played on a track or know someone who's played on a track who's earned no money or not got their money? Anyone? Know anyone? Yeah, I mean, that's me. You know, I've been in the industry for 30 years and I probably owned quite a lot. There's billions in unpaid royalties, absolutely billions. And artists and budding producers, for them, it's so hard to keep track of it all. So next up, we've got CLAIMY, who are coming to fix that. California, please put your hands together for Pierre-Alban Mulliez.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So my name is Pierre-Alban. I'm co-founder and CEO of CLAIMY. I'm going to start with a big statement today. So indeed, every year, 30% of music rights don't end up in the pockets of rights holders. So it's a huge value gap that we validated on the field with more than 300 interviews. And indeed, for a rights holder, it's a nightmare to understand how your catalog is being used, what rules apply, and how much is being generated. So why is this happening? So first of all, there are more than 100 different societies on territories with their own sets of rules, rates, databases that are often not interoperable. all the detection technology is from an era where TV and radio were the most important channels. And it's getting worse because now we have more than 150,000 tracks uploaded every day on DSPs, including covers, remixes, sped up, slowed down versions. So that's why we've built CLAIMY, is to really answer that. It's the first AI-powered music rights administration engine to help music rights holders get the most out of all of their assets. So it's divided in two parts. The first one is tracking. So here we centralize a lot of usage data from TV, radio, streaming platforms to show you in real time how your catalog is being used. And then, because we know the rules and rates, we're able to do the conversion from these quantities, so number of streams, number of plays on TV, to actual money, to how much is this supposed to generate and when are you supposed to get paid. So there's a real work around educating creators and rights holders to what they should expect. And the second part is claiming. So here, every time you get paid, we analyze your statements and we automatically identify gaps that we then review manually, and we send claims to societies providing proof and data so that they can verify what we send, and we're literally increasing the revenue for rights holders. So, short word on the team, we're 3 DJs with a combined 15 years of experience working together in music tech. We launched the product early 2024, and we already are tracking assets generating more than 6 million euros annually, including all the catalog of David Guetta. And we've claimed more than 300,000 euros so far for our clients. So in April, so 2-3 months ago, we closed our first fundraising round of 1.2 million to really help speed up the development of our product and to establish our position in France, UK, and Germany. So at 𝘬𝘂𝘬𝘂 today, we're looking forward to meeting all of you and looking for advisors and ambassadors to help us in the next months to really reach the next stage of CLAIMY. And also, if you're a publisher, songwriter, or if you know any publishing rights holders, please come and talk to me. Thank you very much.
Give it up for Pierre-Alban. Great, thank you. Any questions? 2 minutes.
Leon from the BPI UK. Quick question about collection agencies. How are you forming relationships there?
Yeah, it's a great question. So it kind of evolved in the last months, but at first we were talking with them to understand what do you need exactly in terms of data to what can we bring in addition to what you already have so that we can bring more to the table and eventually make better decisions and collect more. So even the societies would be able to claim more to DSPs, for example, if we bring more matches, more ISWC, ISRC matches, for example. And the more and more we move forward, the more we send the data sooner so that we don't even have to wait for the period is ended to send the claim. We can actually send them all of what we have so that the rights holders at the end gets paid earlier, which is really important for us.
Thanks, Leon. Any more questions? Just under a minute left.
Could you explain your business model a bit more in depth?
Yeah, so the business model, we have 2 models actually. The first one is purely tracking. So we go and see a rights holder, we say, okay, give me your statements and we're gonna help you gather more money. And for that we take a 30% cut out of the additional revenue that we can generate. And the second model is more broad. It's what basically a publishing admin model where we can also help them register the works, understand who collects where, all the collection basically. And on that we take between 7 and 10% on all the rights that we manage.
Okay,
thank you very much.
All we've got time. Thank you, Pierre-Alban. Okay, startup number 3. Let's talk about listening. Not just to music, but really listening to what people want. When was the last time you actually listened? Well, these days, when it comes to music, it's the algorithms that decide But what if you could take that power back? That's what the guys from Volumio have been doing with CORD. Here to tell you more, all the way from Italy, is Michelangelo Guarise.
Hello, hello, California. I'm Michelangelo, the founder of Volumio, an established Italian music tech company which has generated millions in revenue, delivering premium audio products worldwide, and thanks to all 700,000 installations worldwide, with a team of highly committed and skilled people. In this privileged position, we discovered one interesting thing about nowadays. We have all the musical content in the world. Think that 120,000 tracks are uploaded on Spotify every day, and on the listener side, people often subscribe to more than one streaming service, yet they are bored because they don't get to discover new music. The way we discover now is by passive listening, and recommendation algorithms are black boxes that we cannot touch and that provide us with repetitive content, just more of the same. And this is why we created CORD. CORD is a new and radical music listening and discovery app where you log in with your existing streaming service, Spotify, Tidal, KOWL, and you select what you are doing in your day. For example, if you are hitting the gym, if you are going for a run, or if you want to go to the beach. And CORD will deliver to you a personalized soundtrack with finally new and interesting music. And the cool bit is that you can also customize how the algorithm delivers those new tracks to you. For example, if you want just underground artists, if you want happy tracks, you can even describe in detail which kind of music you want to listen. And the secret sauce is our proprietary LLM-based engine, which uses a radically different approach than anything on the market. And CORD is live now on the App Store. We self-funded, and it's already generating revenue at 65% net margin. And this technology can be also used in B2B context as curation as a service. For example, in hospitality, we can automatically generate soundtracks for hotels and restaurants at a scale. And also we can offer hyper-personalization to increase brand loyalty. Imagine you enter into your hotel room and you find the music that you like playing. So we really believe that content curation is the challenge for the future, matching users with relevant content for them at minimal friction, and we at Volumio are positioned to win this race in order to generate over 200 million in annual recurring revenue. While also, and that's very important, having a positive impact on the industry by making all of us discover new and interesting music and providing emerging artists with a meaningful way to be discovered. So here at California, we are looking for partners and investors to lead our scale-up round later this year. And all of you, download CORD today and finally discover new and interesting music. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Michelangelo. Brilliant. 2 minutes, yes. Can we have the microphone here, please? Thank you.
Hi, thank you for your presentation. I'm just wondering, what is the willingness to pay for this? Because if people are already paying subscription for their streaming service and then another service on top, which could actually potentially be a feature, what have you discovered in this process to show that this should be a separate product?
Well, that's the most important question of everything. First of all, we envisioned the idea after speaking with thousands of music listeners, and especially we are targeting people which subscribe to one or more, so they already have a spending propension, so to speak. And we believe that music discovery is something that they're willing to pay for. And the idea is that even if they are already paying for a subscription, paying another one to extract more value out of it, it is motivating enough. And we are seeing confirmation from our early data.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we've got a minute left.
Michelangelo, great job.
Thank you.
So, explain to me, is this lean in or lean back? So, is this an on-demand service? You can go in and listen to a particular track? Or is it totally genre-led? And then the second question I've got is, the cash that you're asking for, what are you spending it on in terms of acquisition?
All right, both great questions.
And 30 seconds to answer.
Yeah. Nowadays, the music consumption is done pretty much passively, and this is what we can expect from people. We are taking too many decisions every day. So our approach is making passive listening controllable and a little bit more active. So you combine effortless listening with controllability and customizability. And for the second question, we of course needed to hire key people to scale up and go-to-market strategy, of course, and customer acquisition.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Michelangelo. Next up, how many producers are in the room? 1, 2-ish. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know about music production, you can spend hours looking for the right sound. It's not all just about tinky-tonking on a piano for 4 hours. And I, for one, have spent hours trying to find the right kick or the right snare. It's a real pain point. Our next startup, Just for Noise, knows that feeling. And to pitch and tell you more about it, please welcome to the stage, all the way from Berlin, Max Shafer.
Thank you very much. And first off, thank you everybody for being here today, and jury, you all look stunning, so thank you so much for sitting in front of me. My name is Max Shafer. I am the CEO and co-founder of Just for Noise, and along with my 2 co-founders here, Henning and Katarina, we are building ethical AI tools to support artists and creators, not replace them. Now, as a team, we have over 2 decades of experience in not only building AI products and putting them on the market, but also in making music and being a part of the music industry in general. And one thing we've learned throughout our time in the industry is that the one thing that people struggle with the most, as Suda pointed out, is time. As you can see here, I'm a huge nerd, and I love building my little synthesizer and plugging in chords and twisting knobs and all that stuff, but this is not what the reality of making music looks like. It looks something more like this. Even though as an artist you have an idea in your head as to what you want your final project to sound like, you end up wasting all of your creative energy and time searching for those sounds and not creating. Whether you're a legendary film composer looking for the perfect violin to match your piece, or a techno producer looking to find the perfect kick drum or snare, people are spending on average around 20 hours a month just searching through these loop libraries and sample packs, and over $1.5 billion a year on these tools, while 90% of their projects still remain unfinished and, more importantly, unmonetized. And that is exactly what we are trying to solve. At Just for Noise, we have built proprietary machine learning workflow with our own data, which allows users with a simple text prompt to generate the exact sample that they have in their head. Not only does this allow users to reduce that time from 20 hours a month to about 30 minutes a month, it also allows people to generate sounds that exist nowhere else in the world. So you can stay in your workflow, stay creative, while still standing out against the rest. Now, we've only been doing this for about 10 months, but after having our beta product on the market for 8 months, we have officially last week opened up our product globally, and we have tripled our user base to about 1,500 people. And also, we have began our first B2B projects, where we have white-labeled our machine learning workflow and allow music software companies with large corpuses of data, which they also own, to train their own models and build products on top of that. For example, in Berlin, we have a collaboration with a company called Orchestral Tools, where they are building epic machine learning drum percussion instruments to allow their users to find their drums faster as well. That being said, we've only been around for 10 months, and we have a lot more growth to do, and that is why we are here today. We began our fundraising round about 3 weeks ago, and so far it's going okay. We're about 30% of the way. So if you're an investor and you're interested, please feel free to get in touch. But more importantly, if you're a music creator, a musician, or you have a music creator community and you want to support them in some way, feel free to try out our product, which, as I mentioned, is officially on the market, and get in touch. And if you also, in general, are in the music software space and are interested in partnering, I would be happy to talk. But more importantly, for anybody who's interested in making a better world for artists, let's get in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Max. Any questions? Countdown started. Yeah. Yeah.
How do you define ethically trained?
This is a very, very good question. So by our definition, it means using data that doesn't belong to an artist or paying artists for the use of their data. So in our case, in our B2B collaborations, as I mentioned, we only work with companies who own all of the rights to their data or have built out a very robust system to pay back the artists. And in our case, we've trained our machine learning models only on data which we completely own. So I spent about 1 month when we first started this project in my little cave playing with drum machines all day long and then trimming them and using that data to actually train our models. And for us, that's super important. As I mentioned, we're artists by trade, and we believe in creating a fair community in general for anybody who makes music or art for that means. So that's kind of our stance.
Thank you. Yep, question here.
Hello, thanks for presenting. I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on your go-to-market strategy and how that differentiates from your competitors.
That's a very, very good question. To be honest, the biggest piece, I won't mention our whole plan, but the biggest piece of our go-to-market strategy is working with well-established partners in the space. We've been doing this for 10 months. We have a background in AI, as I mentioned, but this is our first time working in the music industry as, let's say, professionals. So we realize we need a lot of credibility and a lot of support in terms of getting our product in front of a lot of people. So for that reason, we've basically doubled down on distribution partners, and as I mentioned, are working with orchestral tools. We're in talks with a few other companies in Berlin, for example, Native Instruments, on finding different ways to get our products in front of their users. Whether that's a deeper integration where they use our technology in their existing products, or just putting our product on their website or their mailing list. That's kind of what our main bet is, aside from the typical SEO optimization and AEO and all that stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Shafer. Okay, let's keep the energy going. Next up, what does potential mean for you? What does that mean? What about catalogues? When it comes to catalogues, we heard about catalogues this morning. What about optimizing for catalogues to reach their full potential? Well, here to tell you more is our startup, KOWL, and taking the stage will be Hugo, Kalfon, and Grégory, Frechou. Give it up for them.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So I'm Hugo. I'm the CEO of KOWL.
And I'm Greg, the CMO of KOWL.
Yeah, thank you. So, got a question for you. Would you build a house with some spoon?
We manage $1 million investment without any tools.
Actually, of course not. Because every industry, I think, needs the right tools, you know, the right stack. And especially in the music business. But do we have some special tool, dedicated tool to this industry? I don't think so.
So we built KOWL, a data-driven and AI-powered SaaS. It helps manage thousands of artists simultaneously, all in one place. Our clients cut costs, save times, and perform way better on DSP and socials. On top of that, we're a tech team, so we wanted to make the product fully customizable, and we built it with our clients.
Yeah, and for now, we already, just after we launched the product, I mean, just 1 month after, we already onboarded 15 plus early adopters. And among them, leading of the markets like Sony in the US, or BMG, or Warner, and many more, actually. So,
what's the next step? We wanted to make this company on a global level. And we wanted to raise 1 million to do it, because we need to structure it ourselves and accelerate.
And so, all this stuff is going to lead us to the Series A by the end of 2026, because we really want to take that leading position on that new market. So, sorry, we are KOWL, and we turn insights
into impacts.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thanks so much. Any questions from the jury?
Could you explain more in detail how a manager manages artists on a platform?
Okay, or a manager can use our platform, for example?
However it works. Yeah, however
okay,
it works.
how
Yeah.
it works. So actually, our secret sauce is we are able to deal with very large catalogs. So we allow to manager to deal with like thousands of artists' catalogs and being sure that all of your roster is following the guidelines of DSPs and social in real time. So I think it's priceless today because algorithm of that players are keys, you know. And with our tool, you are able to be sure that you're going to be like kind of compliant at each time, you know, with the whole roster. No matter what, if there is an established artist or a developing artist, you know, it works for every kind of artist.
Optimization is the key, and you need so much time to do it nowadays, so we have the proper tool to do it faster.
Thank you. We've got 50 seconds left. Any more questions?
Hi, can you tell a bit more about the business model?
Yeah. Actually, it's quite simple because our client's going to pay a price like it starts by $1.75 per artist managed in the roster, and the pricing is digressive if you have very large volume, for example, thousands of artists, you know, 10,000 of artists, you know, the pricing is decreasing. So it's quite simple. We can open as many licenses as our client needs. You know, it's just depending on the volume that we're going to deal on the platform. And moreover, sorry, we're going to charge our clients with a development task because, as Greg said, all of our product is customizable. We come from tech, actually, so this is our age, you know, be able to work fast and improve the product, co-build the product with our clients. You know, that's why we spoke about this early adopter strategy. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Give it up for them. Okay, jury, if you have your list, do you have a list of the startups on your, yeah. So MECAOCTET won't be joining us today, but if you can just make a note of that, that'll be great. So we're going to move on to our next startup. Are you all good with your links? Yeah, good, excellent. All right, so moving on. For most of us in the room, we've watched the way music change over the years, whether it's been through TikTok, well, actually MySpace back in the day, microtrends. But for a lot of artists, turning that momentum into money or income, it's still a real mystery. So Frank Hamilton knows that world from both sides. He's been a charting artist, a DIY innovator, and now he's building something gamified for the next wave. Give it up for Frank.
Hello. Oh, hi. Thanks, Cydia. That was lovely. Hi, my name is Frank. I'm the founder and CEO of Meme Records, which is an interactive music world where fans play and artists thrive. So think MySpace meets Habbo Hotel or The Sims, packaged up in a mobile game with the stickiness of Duolingo or Simpsons Tapped Out. So a bit about me to start. When I was young, I saved up all my pocket money, hopped the bus, and bought a Blink-182 album. I'd only heard one song, but it felt like they got me, and it was so much more than music. It was who I was. It was my identity. And then I grew up and became the artist. 100,000 downloads, 20 million streams, 1,000 shows across the world with bands I used to listen to at school. So I did the thing. I did all of it. But the truth is, it wasn't sustainable. I was broke, burned out, depressed. So I built something better. And I'm joined by these lovely people who we don't have time to talk about right now because I've only got 3 minutes. So the problem is, artists are really struggling. Streaming killed value, socials fragment fans, and we don't have access to our own data. It's got so bad that people like Lily Allen and Kate Nash are selling feet or butt pics on OnlyFans just to make ends meet. And fans are feeling it too. Out of the loop, no connection to the artists they love. So here's our solution. Artists launch an interactive HQ inside a multiplayer world with a few clicks. Complete control over the visuals and integrations, which means new revenue streams as well as the old ones. Fans don't follow, they move in to their own version of the artist's HQ. Quests, rewards, connection. And we take every single click into actionable data and give it straight to the artist in real time so they can make better decisions. So it's a living, breathing music world built to create, connect, and grow. We sit at the intersection of a huge creative economy, and our Beta 1 stats prove just how sticky this is. Fans came back 82%, 5 days a week or more, 90% did a quest a day. So a fraction of the market here is enough to change the game. We push fans up the pyramid because superfans, classic buzzword, hi, been here since MySpace. Superfans have a 30 to 50 times higher lifetime value than passive likes and streams. Here's our business model. We make money from fans, from artists, and eventually brands, sponsorship, advertising, and enterprise API. Here's our roadmap. So 3 steps. Number 1, product market fit beyond our beta testing. Number 2, go to market with some well-known names that I've been lucky enough to tour with or write with, and ready-made fan bases, existing partnerships with the UK's largest trade organisations that allow us to reach over 100,000 musicians on day 1, and then we scale. Branded integrations, partners, a mentoring pilot where we teach artists how to vibe code an integration and put it straight inside the HQ. So I'm not looking for money just yet. I'm looking for 3 things right now. The perfect CTO or tech partner who can help us build this out. Integrations for our public beta ahead of next year when we launch. And investors who get it. So please come and say hi for a guided tour of the MVP. I'd be happy to walk you through it. And before I go, I just want to say that this is not about replacing the music industry. It's about giving artists like me the autonomy we deserve and fans the connection they seek. So it's for 13-year-old who just wanted to belong, and it's for the 33-year-old who nearly gave up on his dreams. It's for every single artist and fan who deserves better. My name is Frank. I've lived the problem, and with a bit of help, we're going to fix it. Thanks.
Thank you, Frank. Great stuff. Any questions from the jury? Yes, Leon. Can we have the microphone for Leon, please? Yep.
Hi, Frank. Good presentation, thanks. I've got a question about what your early target demographic is, because it looks like a MySpace on speed kind of thing.
I like that.
And MySpace is been and gone, so who are you going to go for first to make this a long-running product?
So I'm a self-deprecating folk artist, Leon. So I think soft rock, folk artists, those communities with really lyrical music, and they have that existing emotional connection. And part of Beta 2 is to tap into some other communities that I'm less familiar with, potentially EDM. There's a massive gaming crossover there with things like Rocket League and the record label whose name doesn't spring to mind. Eventually, I think this could be infrastructure for the creator economy, but I start with what I know, which is bands like Scatting for Girls, Wheatus. I'll be speaking to Stuart about Ed and seeing if we can pull him in on this. But we start with that genre because people like me are the ones who need this most. We've never been more desperate to explore new revenue streams, and we live in a time of wonderful emerging tech with too much friction. So we're all about no code setup in 5 minutes, tick the boxes you want, crack on, start making money from day 1.
Thank you for that answer. Next question.
Amazing presentation, Frank, thanks. Given the gamified experience here, what are your thoughts about tapping into the gaming communities, a la Discord, etc.?
Yeah, so Discord will be an integration that we use. I've been speaking to we don't say it, but a Web3 gaming platform who already have chat synced up with Discord. I love Discord, but it's quite daunting for new users. and it's all on the artists to update. It's not super sticky if they don't come back every day. So part of what we're doing here is automation during the setup. We have 3 quests a day, and my North Star is for the artists to be able to go away for a month, and these quests regenerate every single day along with collectible rewards on the fan side, so that for the fan it feels like a persistent, daily evolving world, and the artist can get off of that post-hope repeat treadmill that we're all stuck on.
Give it up for Frank Hamilton. Thank you. Is anyone getting hungry? Chips? Blue chips? Oh, we haven't heard that word today. What about sinks? We haven't heard sinks yet, have we? Well, the next founder from MEWO, Remi Agostini, is a sink veteran, and he's linking those 2 things together. How? Well, I'll let him tell you more. Please give it up for Remi Agostini.
Sorry, hello. Sync, it might sound a novel concept to you, but you hear it all day. Any video scored with music, from a quick YouTube clip to a global advert, is actually a sync. It's basically everywhere. Today, sync is a $1.5 billion market run by just a few handful of people that actually lead the market. But there is less and less famous songs in videos these days. And why is that? Is it probably because hits are expensive, so cost might be the reason? But if you dive in, the actual reason is because the process to clear a song is extremely manual. It was created in 1926 and never evolved. So if you want to buy a track for anything, you need to get the written approval for each rights holders before having the authorization to do so. So, yay, how we do tackle this issue? Well, first we created a platform that digitizes the communication between the sellers and the buyers. Inside, sorry, it's like kind of a lag, but inside the platform, buyers and sellers can pinpoint the right track thanks to our AI engines in seconds. We also secured communication of sensitive information between sellers and buyers. And because we are entrusted by the biggest rights holders in the world, we also are able to offer one-click license through the platform. So the contribution, our contribution to the industry today is that bootstrapped by 5 persons over the past 5 years, we've taken the entire French market, and then we replicated that in Germany, and then we replicated that in Japan. Now we gather on the platform the world's best buyers that have the biggest wallets with the well-known sellers that have the best tracks. In the past 18 months, we contributed to the industry with $160 million in sync. And more importantly, we grew the long tail because we streamlined the process, they now dive in finding tracks for lower budgets. In my opinion, we're just getting started because most of the video you watch online are unlicensed. It's an illegal gray zone. So tomorrow, let's say you're an SMB and you want to make a cross-platform communication that uses not a library track that you can find on Epidemic Sound for €5. What you will need to have a proper license for this one. And this market could be a $25 billion market, meaning that actually 1/4 of the actual entire music industry. And we think we're the well suited to get there. So we are actually fundraising to expand our profitable, proven model to other territories and wait in line for when this new opportunity will burst. That's my name. I'm there for 2 days, and yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Remi. Great stuff, thank you. Any questions? Yes, perfect, Andy.
Same question as last time. What's the business model? How do you earn the money? Is it transaction fees or is it?
So sellers pay to be on the platform when they host content, and then we can take commissions on licenses we grant through the platform. So it's a seller will pay model.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Anything burning to ask? I'll take it to the audience as well. Anyone in the audience? Yeah, Bertrand.
Same question. Can we have a look at the team?
Yeah, I mean, I can talk about the team. It's a team of engineers and salespersons and me. I've been working in sync for 20 years, doing like thousands of things with thousands of heads for global brands.
Great, thank you very much. Is there a question over there? Great.
What has been the most complicated part in terms of like legal side of things for you to set this up?
Everything.
Everything.
It's extremely complex.
Okay.
That's your answer. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Remi Agostini. Thanks, Remi. All right, we have 2 more startups left. I know you're super focused. Let's keep it focused. Now, I know what it's like to go into recording studios, and you've been to a lot of them over the last 30 years. There are good ones and not so good ones. And the good ones really make a difference to how you feel and the creative energy that you put in. So Emmanuel Quertinmont from Temple Studios has come up with a really innovative way of making that even better. Emmanuel.
Hi, everyone. So I am Emmanuel, co-founder and CEO of Temple Studio, a music and real estate company based in Brussels, Belgium. Back in 2008, I was injured, and I'm suffering of a tinnitus on the left ear, and so I stopped music 12 years ago. But during COVID, I restarted a band with old friends, Rockstoner band, and we were looking for a rehearsal studio that we couldn't find, so we decided to build this by our own. This is the studio. The first one location is in Mons, a small city of California. And afterwards, we get bored and we wanted something bigger. So that's why we are now launching a new project in Brussels through a taxi. It's a complete artist journey. So you can rehearse, produce, record, connect, study. And you go basically from the rehearsal to the spotlight in the venue. We just signed the lease agreement with the landlord last month. On the top of that, we have also a constellation of added products to bring more money in the Temple universe. So yes, we are a physical company, but also a digital one, connected to the world. So we're not only just, building studios, we're also creating a cult, a new religion for musicians. So it's a new class of real estate asset that can be really profitable. And our targeted buildings are existing building in fancy neighborhood, well connected by public transport, and underused building. This is the cities we are targeting in Europe, and right now we are focused on 8 projects, 3 more in Belgium, 1 in Portugal, 2 in Paris, and 2 in Poland. So what we need right now is 6 million euro to buy 2 buildings and to rent the other ones, and also 1 million euro to hire more people. So I'm not a fool on my island, we have competitors. In England, you have Pirate.com, they raised 60 million euro the last years. And in Belgium, we have also Plug the Jack, but they have only rehearsal studios, so they don't have the whole constellation of products that we propose. So if you want to connect, just scan the QR code, and we'll answer no question. I prefer to go at the bar later on. And if someone, me, yeah? And because I'm sure I forgot a lot of cities on the European map. So maybe you can tell me more about where you come from.
Thank you so much. Emmanuel?
I'll finish with some video of the existing studios in Mons.
As long as it doesn't take 5 minutes. Beautiful. Put your hands together for Emmanuel. Great use of your Q&A time. And last but not least, we have got ZORBA production. And music today isn't just sound, is it? It's story, it's immersion, and it's experience as well. ZORBA production is already working globally, and what they're doing is turning science into something that you can actually feel. And now they're bringing that storytelling into the music space. Please put your hands together for the wonderful 𝘠𝘠𝘠.
Hey, hello California! What's up? You are in a crowd, you are cheering, you're about to see your favorite DJ. The team is on fire, the artist is excited, but the visuals still rendering. Because most of the time, the artist just is asking for that last change last night, or the format is not adapted to the venue. There's plenty of problems with the visual accompanying the electronic scene. They are most of the time thought about very late in the process, and so we are losing a bit of the immersion. It's a great opportunity because the audience today is seeking for more. They want immersive venue. They want to live a whole experience. They want the visuals to be active with the sound. And thanks to that, the venues can earn more, the festival owner as well, because when you sell your tickets 20% more, it's sold out very, very quickly when it's an immersive experience, such as the Sphere Las Vegas, Atelier des Lumières, le Cercle Odyssée, and many more. I'm happy to introduce 𝘠𝘠𝘠𝘠. That is a service that will help you make your content great, reactive to the audio, and way more. First of all, thanks to how we build the content, it's immersive. It can be showcased on 1 screen, 3 screens, a dome, without needing to re-render the images. It's very interactive because we plug 3D elements or any visuals that are reacting directly to the sound. So if that guitar person does a solo, the visual will go along with that. And it's adaptive. You don't need to redo the rendering for each venue. It is just real time. And finally, it's also greener because as you don't do new rendering all the time, you use less computer power. We do this thanks to gaming technologies. We use Unreal Engine as a video game engine to create our environment, to plug the interactiveness to the 3D elements. And we have developed many tools to tweak that sound and recognize all the MIDI signal and way more to make the show audio reactive. At ZORBA, we have the experience. We have toured an artist called 𝘠𝘠𝘠𝘠, electronic French artist. We did a dome show for him with videos, and we toured it in 130 venues. But for each venue, we needed to re-render the image because the specifications are never the same. On the right, it's the first showcase of 𝘠𝘠𝘠𝘠 in Taiwan, Kaohsiung Film Festival, and it was showcased in several screens. It was just live. We plugged it 1 hour before the show, and the artists were looking at the screen more than the audience because they found it amazing how the image was reacting to their instruments. We believe the future of shows is immersive, interactive, and adaptive, that people want more than a show. And the 𝘠𝘠𝘠𝘠 project is hosted in the bigger mother company called ZORBA, based in 4 countries, and that is at the cross-border between science, art, and technology. If you are rich, or if you are a festival, or if you have contact, if you know people at Tomorrowland, and if you want to elevate your show, talk to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Maud. Great conviction there. Jury, any questions? Yes.
What does it cost?
So first of all, we are quite on a premium cost. So we are between 50 and 80K for a show, but that is really creating the whole environment for you as an artist with trigger 3D elements. And we believe in 1 year and a half, we will have enough library, environment library and assets that it will be cheaper for artists who are more independent.
Anyone else? Questions?
Maud, great job, first of all. The cash that you're looking to raise, what are you going to spend it on?
I'm more looking for clients and partners. If I have an investor, it would be for a business boost.
Right.
So to have cash, to have way more people talking about our solutions, making contact with the touring, booking artist manager, it would be for a sales jump. That will be slower without the money.
So your larger deck has got like a cash projection against customer acquisition?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Hey, nice job. Is this a self-service platform? I'm trying to understand the scalability of this. So if 1,000 artists come to you and say, hey, I want to get it going on an immersive, adaptive environment for my show, can you handle that?
We can, but for the moment we're a content creative company, so it will be a lot to handle at the same time, but we have plenty of partners. But over time we plan to become a software and to be accessible to other creators using Unreal Engine. But for now we are the one creating the content, and later on we will be a software as well.
So in the future you don't really need to do any hand-holding. They can just, here's the software and they just off to the races.
That's the goal, but that's a 2 years goal. Before we want to do the content, premium shows, then have assets, library and so on, and then the software.
Sure, okay, thanks.
Great, thank you. We've got 10 seconds. I think that's it. Thank you so much, Maud. And that is it for the startup pitches. Wow, that went quick, at least for all of us. So yes, please, jury, you've got until the end of today to vote. Any of you who had technical difficulties, please let us know. But if you can submit that, that's fantastic. And for the rest, we're going to be bringing on our next panel. So Rachel, if you want to get your guests to the side of the stage and ready. And if you want to jiggle around, have a bit of a move around, that would be great. And moving on to the next panel. Thank you so much. Thank you.